Today on the Flag Football Source, we want to look at just a small technique thing that we're seeing a lot in youth flag football, high school flag football, and it has to do with the defense. So essentially, you're looking at just a 4v4 play right here, the defensive side of it, and it could be really any numbers that you want it to. But you see where we've got just really four across. Your rules may be different. You may have to be 7 yards off. We're on a IFAF midfield field here, but we got our DBs, our corners on the outside right here. So really, two or three things that you can do on defense, but one of them is obviously to play man. And so, regardless of whether you're playing in the NFL, you're playing flag football, particularly flag football, where you're not going to have help over the middle with a free rat or a free safety or anybody like that. You want to play inside leverage, all right, with your man coverage. Now, you don't have to start inside, all right. When the ball snaps, you can always step inside, weave inside right here, all right. But you want to make sure that you're not backing off of the ball and giving the offense a quick slant, a hitch or anything like that. So you also want to make sure that you're inside position. If they do run a deep route, you're going to get in the hip pocket. All right, when they look for the ball, you're going to look for the ball. So that man coverage, I think, keeping the inside leverage is pretty commonplace regardless of whatever age. But if you're coaching youth football and that's new to you, then please consider that. Don't allow an inside route on man coverage. But the thing we want to look at today is really, we're seeing in high school a lot of defenses that are playing zone. And you see right here where this right here would be a too deep with the DBs dropping back. Now, they're only going to drop back as deep as the receivers go, because in flag football, once again, you've got four defenders, one rushing. So you're really playing the underneath zone, and then you're playing the deep zone if it turns into a deep route. But the technique that we're seeing, defensive back coaches are teaching the same technique that they would for man. In other words, they're teaching this DB right here to pedal out, all right? Backpedaling is very hard to do. You won't find it a lot in high school tackle football, and a lot of those schools are going to use what I'm about to show you. And then when you get to college, some shuffle, some pedal, some do a combination of both. But the thing that we want to talk about today is that if you're playing, head up right here and you're playing too deep, it looks the same as it would if you're playing man. But on the snap of the ball, and I'm just going to use this arrow right here, what you want to do is you want your defensive back to turn, all right, in this case right here, with their right foot deeper than their left foot, get their butt to the sideline and shuffle. You want to shuffle, 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 shuffle right here, okay? Now you're still reading this right here. If it's a short route, you don't need to shuffle too much, maybe one or two shuffles, break up on that. But if it's a deep ball and you're playing zone, all right, all you're going to do is shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. And now if this receiver runs a deep route, you're in better shape, all right, with once again, your butt to the sideline to now open up and turn and run with this receiver. What's happening, what we see a lot, is a lot of the DBs are trying to shuffle, all right? They're shuffling, shuffling. They're playing zone, and they're just getting run right by, all right? And they're getting run right by, really, with somebody meeting them to the outside or the inside. It's not even a contest. A much better technique and an easier technique is to teach these outside people right here, all right? When the ball is snapped, kind of see the receiver, see through to the quarterback, shuffle, shuffle, break up on the ball. Or shuffle, shuffle, now open your hips up and turn and run. And you've got, if you're facing this way and you do that, you've got the whole field in front of you. You can actually see the quarterback, you can see the receiver, you can play the ball. So once again, would be the same thing, just reversed over here with this DB. So keep that in mind. And I'll also connect you to a USA football video that teaches you more about the technique used to shuffle with a defensive back or a corner.